Let's hear Leonardo crying first then, shall we? Pierre did not receive a second yellow, even though the penalty was awarded. Then you have so many fouls on our players, but he says, no, it's Mbappe, it's Neymar, I won't blow the whistle. It's Messi, I won't blow the whistle. It's Paris Saint-Germain, I won't blow the whistle. With the referee, we had the impression today that it was like, bang, 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 I'm shooting you. Verratti came out, not happy either. Saying, how is it possible that we get 10 yellow cards and we can't even talk to the referee? He's the only referee in the world who does things like this. I think the referees need to take on their responsibilities, because in this case, we were by the referee. It doesn't matter, does it really, in the whole scheme of things, we're on their title race. But Jules, Stevie, very apathetic. It's PSG, so what? You got some bad calls against you. You know, grow up, stop crying about it. Is that kind of how most of France looks at this?
Yes, certainly outside of Paris, yeah, that's true. I mean, we can also point out that there's many games where they had things given by the referee in their favor. The penalty against Lyon, for example, to win the game was never a penalty. So I guess at the end of the season, those kind of things leveled up anyway. What's true, though, is that on this game, it looked pretty obvious that some calls were not going towards PSG's way. What's true as well is if you look at the fouls and the yellow cards, they're the teams in Ligue 1 that get the yellow card the quickest. Every 4 fouls, they get yellow when the average is, I think, 7.5 fouls or something like this. So maybe the referee give a yellow to PSG players. A lot of them are for dissent, by the way, not even the fouls. Quicker than other teams. I'm not really sure. I just think I agree with Stevie in the sense that you're a much bigger team. You've got the superstars. You got beaten by a really good non-team in a game that could have gone more your way. It was a fantastic game. You missed a penalty that was taken so poorly by Neymar, and maybe you should focus on something else than just the referee.
Just taking a look then at the table, PSG remain top. They're going to win the league, no problem, despite the referees being 100% against them all of the time. Jules, you haven't been on for a while. I wanted to talk to you about these PSG ultra signs that we saw last week. Not happy with the club being run. Since then, of course, we saw them go and beat Real Madrid. Has that kind of appeased things?
It has a little bit, I would say. We saw an amazing atmosphere at the Parc des Princes on Tuesday night last week for the Real Madrid game. The feeling is that at times this club, and to be fair, I think it's the right opinion, is more all about marketing and all about the image and all about the selling the shirts, etc., than about the values of the club. And I think that's why the ultras were protesting against. You know, you should not play at home with your 4th or 3rd kit quite regularly. I think again that's one of the problems. There've been other things as well that really frustrated the ultras, and the ultras are very important. Not just in French football, but for PSG, not just because they put the atmosphere right at the Parc des Princes and they make it a tough place to visit, for example, for other reasons as well, and they have quite a lot of influence there. So I think it would be right for PSG to listen maybe a bit more to their fans, not just the ultras, but also of fans at the Parc des Princes, because it's true that in the last few years, you've seen that the direction that the club has been taking was far more a marketing one, really, than a sporting one or anything else.
Meanwhile, I was shocked last week, slightly disappointed as well, Jules, to be honest. PSG against Real Madrid, the biggest game in the round of 16 of the Champions League, and you're off. You're on holiday. Can't even be bothered to watch it.
No, I did watch it, and I wrote about it for the website. I even could not watch the end. I was too stressed out, and one of my kids said,
"Steven's got time to read your article."
And I was the lucky charm. I was the lucky charm, to be fair. But it was half term, you know, the kids were on holidays. I had to go with the family, really.
Oh, my goodness. What did you make of it, Jules?
I thought it was a brilliant performance, helped a lot by the wrong call that Carlo Ancelotti made for Real Madrid, of course. Deep while playing so negative when this is a PSG team that had been defending a bit better since the turn of the year, but still quite vulnerable on defensive transitions, for example, and when you put them under pressure. And yet, I think Real Madrid invited the pressure from PSG. It's true that the tactical plan from Pochettino was brilliant, the way Messi marked Casemiro almost, the work that Danilo did on the right-hand side to compensate for for when PSG had the ball and Messi and Mbappe and Di Maria were going forwards. I thought that worked really well. The way he helped Hakimi with Vinicius, for example. The fact that Benzema was not fully fit was also a big help. So I think it's great. It was great from PSG in the performance overall, but you also have to highlight the fact that Real Madrid got it completely wrong. And I think it would be a far tougher test in the second leg in Madrid, where I would be going, by the way, Dan, just to reassure you.
Oh, nice. That's all right. You're going to Madrid, won't you? That's lovely. Just a reminder, no Casemiro, no Mendy either for that tie. PSG 3-1 on favourites, Ian. Go on, give us more percentages.
As that, 3-1 on. Real Madrid 9-4. Some people might be a little bit tempted by that at the Bernabeu. Maybe Benzema's going to be a little bit sharper. They're going to be on the front foot more in that game. But I don't know, there was something weird about the atmosphere at the Bernabeu at the weekend when they played Alaves. I don't know how many people caught that game, but they seem to be sort of a little bit out of love with the supporters at the moment. So that isn't going to help them. So, yeah, I think Paris Saint-Germain, they will get a goal. I think they will exploit that Real Madrid defence. And so you'd have to fancy that they will get through.
Yeah, they got booed off at half-time, didn't they? It was 0-0 at that stage. Real Madrid going on to win by 3-0. It's all about Kylian Mbappe at the moment in the Spanish capital. Jules looking to sign him on a free in the summer. However, reports coming out while you were skiing, do whatever you're doing on holiday, suggesting that PSG have upped their offer and given him this massive contract if he signs.
Yes, that's right. They're trying everything, really. We mentioned it many times on the show, of course, to try to keep him just one more year, build a better team for next season with some new signings, giving him, obviously, the biggest contract they can, making him the highest paid player at the club, in Ligue 1, of course, one of the most highest paid in Europe as well. Bringing a new manager, I think we're pretty clear now that Mauricio Pochettino won't be there next season. If Zinedine Zidane was to be the next PSG manager, someone that Kylian Mbappe grew up idolizing it, really, maybe that could make a difference as well. I still think it's more likely than not that he will join Real Madrid on a free and be the supermarket signing and the poster boy and all of that, than him staying just one more year more at PSG. But they will keep trying as long as, again, the Mbappe family keeps the dialogue open with the club. They will have some hope. As long as they can put on performances like the one we saw last week, and I guess knocking out Real Madrid in 2 weeks' time would be a huge help for that, for them to say, hey, look, we've beaten them. We are a better team than them. Why don't you stay another year and then you can go to them if you want to. That will keep the hope alive as well, but I want to believe when we are briefed that he hasn't made his mind up yet. He hasn't decided yet if he was to stay or go to Real Madrid yet, but I still think that it's more likely that he goes there than not.
Does money really matter, Jules, when we're talking about this extreme amount?
I don't think so, and I think he will earn a lot of money at Real Madrid. I don't think the money it's never about the money. It's certainly not for Kylian Mbappe, who's already earns a lot of millions and will keep earning millions wherever he does and wherever he goes for the next 10 years or 20 years in his career, 15 years, and then even after that too. I don't think it's about the money. But remember what we said in the summer. He wants to be the superstar. He wants to be at the heart of the project, whatever project that is. He wants to be the poster boy again. And I think what has changed slightly in the last few months is that we thought at the start of the season, okay, Messi is going to be the superstar, and then Neymar, and then Kylian. The thing is, he has been the key player for PSG this season. He's the main guy, more than Neymar, who's been injured, more than Messi, who hasn't really worked out completely so far. And that's what he wants, and that's what he likes. And I think if PSG is saying, look, stay one more year, and you will be, again, the main guy, the superstar, at the heart of everything, more than any other Messi, Neymar, Pogba, Kessie, whoever else is going to come, then he might like that. But he will also be that at Real Madrid, so I don't think that's an argument for him to stay.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and of course, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN+.